Welcome back. We are talking about North Texas Giving Day this morning, and we're talking to a few of the more than 3,000 charities participating. This year, Heroes for Children is celebrating 15 years, serving Texas families battling pediatric cancer. And they hope you'll consider them this Giving Day. Joining me now to tell us how donations will be used is the Executive Director of Heroes for Children, Julie Siegel, and also joining us, Christian Smith and his mom, Gina. Now, Christian was diagnosed with cancer on his 15th birthday. That was 3 years ago, and now we are happy to say he is cancer-free. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. And Christian, we're going to talk to you and your mom, Gina, in just a moment. But first, I want to ask Julie, why is there a need for an organization like this? What is it that you do?
Heroes for Children has a unique niche. There are a number of organizations that are looking for a cure for cancer and funding research, and we certainly hope they are successful. But in the meantime, there are families that are going through pediatric cancer, which affects the whole family. And a lot of times the family is experiencing both a financial crisis and a crisis of needing emotional support and really social support. So what we try to do at Heroes for Children is work with hospital social workers who identify a family that is struggling, is in need of some kind of support, and they ask us. Sometimes we provide a check. Sometimes the family may have had their lights cut out. Maybe they no longer have a cell phone. Maybe they are trying to get to treatments and they have one old car and the transmission just went out. And so there's a crisis. And our particular niche at Heroes for Children is that we can generally respond within 7 days of knowing about a need. And so we provide a check, financial emergency financial assistance, to help get that family over the crisis so that things can return a little bit to normal for the family.
Because that's probably something that a lot of people don't think about, that when you do have a child who is diagnosed with cancer, your world stops.
That's absolutely right.
You don't continue to go to work, and many times you don't continue to draw a paycheck. And that's why things like that might happen. That they turn off the lights and you lose your car, and bad things can happen because of that. And
that's absolutely right. As a matter of fact, one of our board members said, and his daughter was diagnosed with cancer, and fortunately she also is cancer-free now and just was married last month. And so that's a happy story. And they were in pretty good financial circumstances, but he said, no one saves up for your child to have cancer.
Right.
And so most of the families that we work with, about 60% of them have average household incomes less than $50,000 a year. The majority of that group, it's less than $25,000 a year. A lot of the families, because Texas is so big and has so many rural communities, a lot of the families are traveling from a rural community where their child is diagnosed into a big city to get the medical treatment that they need. So families have to split up sometimes. Maybe mom goes to the city with the child, is in the hospital room all day. Dad's trying to keep it together and keep his job going. Sometimes a two-income family turns into a one-income family, and sometimes not even that. So what we do is a hospital social worker will see a family in need, will apply to us for a grant on behalf of the family. And then we generally can respond. The average check that we can send is about $800. And that's not enough to really,
But I'm sure it goes a long way for folks who need it.
It gets them over the hump.
So, Gina, is that how you found out about this organization, was through the social worker at the hospital? How did you find out?
It was, Christian went to Children's in Dallas, and I wasn't working, and he literally was in the hospital for 45 days when he was first diagnosed. Wow. So that was like me living at the hospital with him. And then, you have insurance, but then you find out, you have this huge deductible.
Right.
And one of his medications was going to be $2,500 just for a week's supply.
So how were they able to help you?
They give us financial support, as well as they have activities they do to get kids involved, and you come together with other kids and other families that are going through this. At that time, I think we went to a movie premiere for Cars when the new Cars movie came out at Studio Movie Grill in Dallas. They had one at Perot Museum, a Halloween spectacular, a booze spectacular.
To help them feel normal.
Yeah,
right?
they did, and it brought other families. You mingle with other families, you meet different people.
So, Christian, we are so happy that you are cancer-free now. What kept you so strong in your fight?
It was more of who kept me strong, because of, like, my family was there for me, and so were my friends that I met at my old school and my new school in high school. And having them there for me, as well as Mom and Dad whenever he got off of work, it kind of showed me that there were people who cared and wanted me to get better, and it drove me to get better.
Oh, that's so great. It's so wonderful to see. Julie, how is the money raised on Giving Day? How is it going to be used, and how much are you hoping to raise?
Our goal this year is $15,000, and that doesn't seem like a lot compared to some, but that can help so many families. It really is a matter of bringing the community together. What we do is provide a community of support. By giving on North Texas Giving Day, families can join that community and help other families in Texas.
Well, best of luck to you on this Thursday. And Christian, best of luck to you as you start college this semester.